While much of the world goes about daily life unaware, something profound is unfolding beneath the surface of reality. According to the Confederation of Planets, and guided by the precision of the Pleiadians, Earth has entered the most concentrated phase of its transition to the fifth dimension. But this shift isn't loud. It arrives like breath, silent, consistent, unstoppable. What most don't realize is that the transformation isn't coming from the outside. It's blooming from within. In this video, we'll explore what's already underway, why this moment is different from anything before, and how you are being prepared right now for a reality unlike any other. Why the 5D timeline can no longer wait. The fifth dimensional timeline is no longer a distant hope. It's a living structure unfolding in real time. In the past, humanity was given windows to align gradually, to integrate lessons across decades. But now, the pulse of the galaxy has shifted, and Earth has crossed a vibrational checkpoint that changes everything. Delay is no longer a neutral option. The Pleiadians have explained that timelines are not fixed roads, but living currents. The longer a soul resists its designated current, the more internal pressure builds. That pressure shows up in fatigue, confusion, or a persistent sense that something fundamental is out of sync. The signal is clear. Alignment can't be postponed. What's accelerating this now is not just Earth's frequency, it's the frequency of nearby planetary systems. As more souls begin to align with the 5D grid, the planetary resonance becomes like a choir. If even one voice stays off pitch, the dissonance becomes impossible to ignore. This is why many are suddenly being called to let go of outdated habits, relationships, or identities. The 5D timeline is not a future moment. It's a dimensional structure already anchored. Think of it as a higher floor in a building that's always existed, but your consciousness finally has access to the elevator. But this elevator doesn't run on effort. It runs on emotional coherence and energetic readiness. What happens now is that each person is being quietly weighed, not by judgment, but by frequency. If your choices, thoughts, and energy match the resonance of 5D, you begin to feel lifted, guided, even magnetized into new connections and opportunities. If not, life begins to strip away what is blocking your entry. The shift is not forceful, but it is absolute. You will not be dragged into the fifth dimension. You will attune to it. And this timeline no longer waits because it was never meant to. It is a living invitation, and the window to step in fully. That window is now. Pleiadian councils are now adjusting Earth's light ratio. The shift to 5D consciousness isn't occurring randomly. It's a guided orchestration overseen by higher dimensional councils, particularly the Pleiadian emissaries within the Confederation of Planets. These councils have recently begun a precise recalibration of Earth's light ratio, the balance between photonic input, electromagnetic frequencies, and planetary coherence fields. This isn't science fiction. It's cosmic engineering. What's referred to as light in this context isn't sunlight alone. It's encoded spiritual frequency, information, transformation, and awakening waves carried through cosmic photonic bands. The Pleiadians are increasing the saturation of this light gradually so as not to overload Earth's biosphere or your nervous system. Yet the intensity is now reaching thresholds not seen in millennia. This increase is why you may feel more sensitive lately, emotionally raw, mentally stretched, or physically charged. The light entering Earth's grid is not passive. It activates. It reveals. It amplifies whatever remains unresolved within your field. This is not to punish. It's to make room for your soul's higher instructions. The councils are working in collaboration with Earth's crystalline core, adjusting light anchors in sacred sites, underwater grids, and even within dormant parts of your DNA. These adjustments are designed to activate remembering, the deep inner sense that you've prepared for this moment across lifetimes. You are not learning, you are re-accessing. The increased light also accelerates synchronicity. You may notice time moving strangely, messages appearing at the perfect moment, or emotions rising that seem unrelated to anything present. These are effects of your light body calibrating to the upgraded planetary spectrum. Your consciousness is being tuned like an instrument. There's no need to force this process. The light knows what it's doing. The only thing it asks of you is presence. With presence, you become a node, helping Earth stabilize this new light ratio through your breath, your truth, and your willingness to release resistance. The Pleiadians don't need your perfection. They need your participation. The inner body is becoming a portal device. Most imagine portals as swirling lights in space or ancient stargates hidden in remote locations. But the truth the Pleiadians have long held, and now confirm, is that the true portal to the fifth dimension is within your own body. Your biological structure, when purified and aligned, becomes a living gateway. Your cells are not just organic, they are crystalline receivers. Your bones hold memory, your blood carries magnetic coding, and your breath opens dimensional bandwidths. As the shift accelerates, your inner body begins resonating with higher harmonics, making it possible to phase between dimensional states, even while still here on Earth. This is why practices like meditation, conscious movement, breath work, and emotional release are no longer optional. They are preparation for travel. Not physical travel, but vibrational passage. Your body must become the tuning fork, the vessel that can hold enough stillness to interface with 5D space in real time. Many will begin to feel spontaneous energetic waves, heart flutters, spine heat, buzzing in the hands or feet. These are signs of portal construction. It's not always pleasant because the body is being reconfigured from carbon dominance into crystalline reception. You're not malfunctioning, you're opening. In this light, symptoms become sacred signals. Anxiety isn't always mental, it's often frequency overflow. Exhaustion doesn't mean laziness, it signals integration. Your body is working harder than your conscious mind can perceive. It's decoding light, processing timelines, and upgrading dormant circuits. Honor your body as the technology it truly is. You are not simply in a body. You are becoming the bridge, a living, breathing, conscious portal that connects Earth to galactic consciousness. You are not waiting for the shift. You are quite literally built to deliver it. What the Confederation means by dimensional collapse. The term dimensional collapse has often been misunderstood, feared, dramatized, or mistaken for destruction. But according to the Confederation of Planets, dimensional collapse does not mean catastrophe. It means compression. It is the folding of layers of time, space, and density into a more unified state of consciousness. We live within dimensions stacked like transparent film, each vibrating at a different frequency. As Earth ascends, the barrier between these layers is dissolving. The 3D veil, which once blocked humanity from perceiving higher realities, is thinning. But this thinning is not chaos. It is a return to coherence. As this collapse unfolds, people may feel timelines speeding up or fracturing. You might feel that the past is bleeding into the present, or that future potentials feel unnervingly close. This is not illusion. This is you stepping into a world where linear time has lost its monopoly on your experience. It can be overwhelming, especially if you resist it. But those who remain grounded, heart-centered, and emotionally honest will find the collapse strangely liberating. You'll begin living in a field of possibility where manifestation happens faster, intuition becomes your compass, and memory reorganizes around truth. The Pleiadians are assisting this process by stabilizing frequency fields so Earth doesn't over-collapse. They are ensuring that while the veils dissolve, safety and order remain in place for those undergoing awakening. You are not meant to fall apart. You are meant to unfold into dimensional awareness. This collapse is not the end of reality. It's the merging of versions of you that were previously separated by illusion. It's the end of separation consciousness. And through that ending, the fifth dimension doesn't appear above. It appears through you, because now you are able to finally see it. The vibrational threshold humanity just crossed silently. There are moments in planetary evolution that are not marked by war or invention, but by vibrational milestones. And according to the Confederation of Planets, Earth has quietly passed one of the most important thresholds in its entire spiritual history. Not with thunder, but with resonance. This crossing wasn't publicized or measured by mainstream instruments. It was detected in the galactic field by shifts in planetary aura, emotional coherence, and heart-centered decision-making. Enough individuals have chosen alignment, healing, and truth that a collective harmonic tipping point was reached, and the ripple can no longer be reversed. This moment changes the rules of engagement. What worked before, force, manipulation, fear, will begin to short-circuit. Why? Because those energies are no longer supported by Earth's new baseline frequency. They will feel like trying to breathe underwater. Those who continue using them will feel out of place, and eventually powerless. You may feel this shift in small ways. Relationships dissolving that once seemed unbreakable, truths emerging from within you that you never dared speak, old habits losing all appeal. This is the aftershock of threshold crossing. You're no longer being asked to prepare. You're being asked to embody. The Pleiadians have described this as frequency anchoring. Your body may not realize what changed, but your soul does. It now operates in a field where divine truth can anchor in real time, and where falsehoods, no matter how polished, will disintegrate under their own weight. From this point forward, everything accelerates. Not recklessly, but purposefully. Those who tune in will begin to walk with precision and peace, because when the threshold is crossed, guidance becomes immediate. And Earth, now finally resonant enough, becomes a field ready to receive the architecture of 5D reality. Why emotional density is breaking faster than ever. One of the most unmistakable signs of the 5D shift is the sudden collapse of long-held emotional patterns. Emotional density, the layers of unprocessed fear, shame, grief, and anger, is not just surfacing now. It's disintegrating at unprecedented speed. This isn't a random occurrence. It's a spiritual detox built into the planetary upgrade. Emotions are not obstacles. They are energetic signatures stored in the body, and until they're felt and integrated, they act as filters that distort perception. As Earth's frequency increases, these emotional imprints become incompatible with the new resonance. They either transmute or they release through friction. You may notice waves of sadness, anxiety, or even unexplained rage arising without clear cause. That's because much of what's surfacing isn't from today. It's stored trauma from years, lifetimes, even ancestral memory. These emotional breakages aren't regressions. They are the final layers being stripped away to clear space for higher embodiment. The Pleiadians have emphasized that this clearing is not punishment, it's mercy. The more truth the body can hold, the more light it can radiate. Emotional density is not your enemy. It's your teacher, and once it delivers its message, it dissolves. What remains is clarity, presence, and deep internal freedom. Your field is being rewritten while you sleep. Sleep has always been a healing tool. but in the midst of the 5D shift, it's becoming a dimensional training ground. As your conscious mind rests, your energy field is being recalibrated, often dramatically, by your soul's higher aspects, galactic councils, and inner guides working in unified precision. During sleep, resistance drops and the ego loosens its grip. This makes it possible for deep reprogramming to occur, removing outdated patterns, dissolving false identities, and rewriting soul contracts. The body may be still, but your subtle body is traveling, integrating, and restoring multidimensional codes. The Confederation has shared that many of you are attending night schools in other densities, rehearsing your roles for the coming era of light, reconnecting with lost soul fragments, or completing karmic timelines in accelerated fashion. You may wake up tired, but your soul has been working deeply. To assist this process, it's important to honor the sleep cycle, especially now. Treat sleep like ceremony. Set intentions before bed. Listen to frequencies that bring you into alignment. You're not just resting. You are receiving upgrades that prepare your field for 5D harmonization. And soon, you'll remember why. The sacred acceleration hidden inside silence. We often equate transformation with action. But one of the most powerful truths emerging now is that the greatest acceleration is happening in silence. As noise collapses and distractions fade, silence becomes not emptiness, but a gateway to divine clarity and rapid soul evolution. Silence isn't passive. It's a living intelligence. It's within that stillness that the nervous system resets, the soul recalibrates, and the higher self communicates without distortion. That's why so many are now feeling called to solitude, not to isolate, but to align with the deeper currents activating within. When you sit in silence long enough, you begin to feel energy moving in your body that words cannot explain. Thoughts dissolve, and what rises is a presence that doesn't speak, but knows. That presence is your soul adjusting to the harmonic rhythms of fifth-dimensional consciousness. This is why the Confederation encourages stillness. In silence, you become transparent to truth. You stop chasing awakening and begin becoming it. The more you surrender to the frequency of silence, the more life rearranges itself around your soul, not your mind. In stillness, you don't wait for the shift. You become it. Why the sky codes are shifting without warning. Many have noticed it. Subtle but unmistakable changes in the sky. Light patterns feel different. Cloud formations hold geometry. Sunsets carry codes that stir memory. This isn't poetic. It's encoded transformation. The sky itself is being used as a broadcast field for galactic transmissions supporting Earth's shift. The Pleiadians and Confederation have long used the ionosphere as a medium to pulse light codes. These aren't visible to most, but the body feels them. When solar flares intensify or the moon pulses stronger than usual, what's occurring is a download of dimensional recalibration sent through the living atmosphere. This is why gazing at the sky now feels different. You're not just witnessing beauty. You're interfacing with cosmic language, an energetic alphabet written in color, shape, and pulse. These sky codes activate cellular memory, DNA awakening, and realignment with your star lineage. It's important to engage the sky not with curiosity alone, but with reverence. Look up not for signs of fear, but for reminders of your origin. These shifts don't signal doom. They signal arrival. You are not just beneath the sky. You are part of what's being written upon it. Pleiadians say, your voice holds geometric power now. The spoken word has always carried weight, but in the 5D shift, your voice is being reactivated as a tool of quantum influence. According to the Pleiadians, every syllable now shapes fields, sends resonance through timelines, and creates ripples across space. Your voice is becoming a geometric transmitter. This is not metaphor, it's physics. Sound is form, and when aligned with heart truth, your words release vibrational architecture into the field. That's why affirmations, light language, and sacred tones are accelerating in power. You're no longer just speaking, you're sculpting frequency into creation. Even casual conversations are becoming energetic contracts. The universe responds not just to intention, but to vibration encoded in tone. If your words carry fear, distortion echoes outward. But when your voice speaks love, peace, or vision, that signal ripples out like crystalline blueprinting across the grid. The invitation is to become conscious of how you speak, not just what you say. Speak less, but with clarity. Speak softly, but with coherence. Your voice is no longer a tool of self-expression. It is a seed-planting instrument. Use it like a sacred wand, and the field will respond accordingly. Everything false is entering natural expiration. There is no need to fight illusion when the frequency of truth rises high enough. The Pleiadians have made this clear. What is false will now expire on its own. No judgment, no punishment, just a natural energetic expiration as the collective resonance evolves beyond distortion. This means systems built on fear, manipulation, and hierarchy will begin to unravel without protest. Even personal patterns based on control or ego will start to lose power. They won't collapse violently for everyone, but they'll slowly become unlivable, irrelevant, or simply fall apart without resistance. You may notice that what once felt important now seems hollow. Desires shaped by insecurity may disappear overnight. This isn't depression. It's detachment from the false matrix. Your soul is clearing space for alignment, and anything untrue simply loses its grip when the heart opens wide enough. Don't mourn what leaves. Celebrate the clarity it brings. The false isn't being taken, it's being revealed. And when you stop holding on to expired versions of yourself, you begin living from a place where nothing needs to be maintained, because truth sustains itself effortlessly. Your nervous system is being prepared for divine charge. Your nervous system is not just electrical, it is interdimensional infrastructure. As Earth receives more high-frequency light, your nervous system must evolve to hold the voltage of divine consciousness without burning out. This is why so many feel overwhelmed, buzzing, or emotionally overstimulated. The body is adjusting its tolerance for higher charge. This isn't a flaw. It's a sign you're shifting. What you once called anxiety may now be your field trying to stabilize light. The Pleiadians remind us, frequency before form. The soul always upgrades first, the body follows, often with discomfort. This process can be supported. Grounding, hydration, breathwork, and even silence help regulate the influx. But most important is trust. Your body knows how to evolve. What it needs is your cooperation, not panic. Stress only tightens the field. Presence opens it and allows smooth integration. Eventually, your system will become a stable container. You'll hold more light, more peace, more clarity without effort. That's when divine intelligence begins expressing through you, not just around you. You're not just adapting. You're becoming a conscious vessel for higher dimensional current. The fifth dimension is a conscious structure, not a location. The 5D shift isn't about moving somewhere new. It's about becoming someone new. The fifth dimension is not a place on a map. It's a structure of consciousness, a frequency band made of unity, presence, transparency, and soul-led design. You don't go there. You tune into it. This shift can be confusing for those waiting for external signs, a portal opening, a global event. But the truth is subtle. When your perception shifts, your reality shifts with it. When fear no longer runs your choices and your intuition leads without resistance, you've entered 5D. You might still see chaos in the world, but you won't feel it the same. You'll witness from the lens of wisdom, not panic. That's the sign. You've entered a new architecture. Not by changing planets, but by reprogramming perception and alignment. The Pleiadians teach that 5D is self-selecting. No one sends you there. You enter through resonance. And once you live in its design long enough, it becomes your new baseline, a way of being, a consciousness grid where light is the logic and love is the law. Cellular memory will determine timeline access. The shift is not decided by belief. It's decided by what your cells remember. Deep within your body lies a record of every incarnation, every agreement, every unresolved imprint. As the portal widens, that memory becomes the key to which timeline you align with next. This is why inner healing matters now more than ever. What's unresolved in your field anchors you to older timelines, not out of punishment, but because frequency always seeks match. If your cells still carry fear signatures, your path will reflect scenarios that support their resolution. As you release and transmute trauma, whether ancestral, past life, or present, you clear bandwidth to step into higher, smoother, soul-aligned timelines. That's why healing feels so accelerated now. You're not just processing emotion, you're clearing dimensional locks that kept you looping in karmic cycles. This is the deeper work. It's not about vision boards or affirmations alone. It's about returning to cellular harmony. Because once your body remembers peace, the universe shifts to mirror it. Your next timeline isn't decided by fate. It's decoded through your healing. What the Confederation warns will no longer be delayed. There are cosmic agreements in place between star nations, planets, and consciousness streams. And some of these agreements, according to the Confederation of Planets, were structured to give Earth more time to awaken. That window is now closing gently but firmly. The soul curriculum will no longer be delayed. This isn't a threat, it's an announcement. Humanity has reached a vibrational threshold where collective choice begins to anchor collective consequence. What once could be postponed, embodiment, responsibility, initiation, must now unfold with integrity. You are no longer being prepared. You are being activated. This means timelines will move faster. Lessons will arrive more directly. Avoidance will create more friction. And alignment will yield instant reward. You'll notice that the space between thought and result is shrinking. Time fractures are merging soul versions into one. You are not one person. You are a chorus of soul expressions scattered across timelines. But as the 5D field strengthens, time fractures begin collapsing. Your parallel selves, your other lifetimes, timelines, and identities are merging into one coherent presence. This can feel strange. You may recall memories that aren't yours, speak truths you never learned, or suddenly fear things from nowhere. These aren't glitches, they're soul integrations. As timelines merge, so do versions of you that were once isolated by dimension or trauma. Integration may come through dreams, spontaneous visions, or deep emotional surges. Each experience is an invitation to welcome yourself home. You're not fragmenting, you're unifying. What was once scattered through time is returning to coherence. The result is deeper wisdom, clarity, and sovereignty. Pleiadians confirm. The much-discussed timeline split is no longer a future concept. It's been initiated, and according to the Pleiadians, it is energetically permanent. Two Earth experiences now exist. One rooted in fear, distortion, and linear density. the other in presence, peace, and multidimensional awareness. This doesn't mean two planets appear. It means two collective fields exist simultaneously, overlaying one another, yet vibrating too differently to stay merged. The choice isn't physical, it's vibrational. You don't need to relocate. You need to resonate differently. Those still clinging to the old will find the new world uncomfortable,